Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Gyan Bhakti. We are currently exploring the Holy Scripture, Mysticism of Ramayana. Commentaries by my Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. We are currently on Uttarkand, and in yesterday's satsang, we had covered Sita Mata giving a precious diamond necklace to Hanumanji and his reaction. So let's continue from there. Continuing his crunching act, Hanumanji replied, O kings, I am looking for Rama in these shining stones. How beautiful they are, but they do not have Rama in them. If they do not, they are worthless to me. Maybe I will be able to find at least one stone that has Rama within it. So far, I have not seen Rama in any of the stones that I have crunched. So saying, Hanuman went on crunching until he had crunched open the last and the biggest of all the diamonds. The king said with great frustration, O Hanuman, why don't you discard your own body? Because there is no Rama there. You have nothing but blood, flesh, and bones. How dare you say that there is no Rama within me? Hanumanji glared at those kings with a stern look. Without Rama, I cannot exist even for a moment. Behold, I will tear my chest open before your very eyes. O king and emperors, prepare yourself to witness this glorious feat. Thus saying, Hanumanji stood up with a majestic gait and tore open his chest with his sharp nails. A divine effulgence shone forth from his heart. Lord Rama, along with Sita, were there enthroned in the hearts of Hanuman, and the divine light issued from every pore of his body. All those kings were stunned, the sages and saints were delighted, and the gods from the heavenly world showered flowers on Hanumanji, singing the hymns of his praises. Sita Mata smiled in a mysterious manner. She had given to Hanuman that priceless garland in order to test his love for Rama and to demonstrate his immense devotion before all. Imagine how all these so-called kings and material people were feeling jealous and thought Hanumanji was so stupid, whereas the reality was so much deeper. So it's the devotion that one should be after, not about glaring glitter of the worldly process. Hanumanji, by breaking the precious stones, did not insult Sita, but rather had acted according to her deeper intention, because that was a message for the masses, which in this Kali Yuga, of course, is the same. People keep on running after name, fame, money, wealth, and all the illusions, but try to shy away from the real treasure, that is devotion, love, compassion, enlightenment. All those things are far away. Few fortunate souls like you who are listening to this and who are following this must have done many, many, many good karmas in your many lives to be entitled and willing to invest this time in this holy knowledge, because it does not come to average people. Average people are always intoxicated by the glare and glitter of the world, and then they keep coming back to the worldly process. Even when they pray, it is only for selfish things, it is only for material requests from God, and therefore that level of spirituality is very shallow, very small. But most of you who are enjoying this mystical scripture, I hope you can see the love and the depth of Ramayana, and how beautifully our enlightened Swamiji Jyotirmayananji is explaining this, so we can all understand the deeper perspective, the meaning, the mission of our life. That is the real teaching here through these episodes of Hanuman, Sita, and different mystical scenarios that we cover. Through his actions, Hanumanji brought great delight to Sita and Rama. Rama said, O Hanuman, I am immensely pleased with you. I do not see any gift I could offer you. Please ask of us any boon you may desire. So what a special love and affection that was. And you must have seen that picture where Lord Hanuman and Lord Rama are hugging each other. So even though Hanumanji is wanting to be a servant, he really is full of Rama, considers him his very own self. There's this beautiful episode where once Rama asked Hanuman, Hanuman, you do everything so beautifully and with so much dedication and affection. Can you tell me how I am related to you? And the answer was so beautiful and so profound. Hanumanji said, O Rama, Deha buddhya to dasoham, Jiva buddhya tvadanshakaha, Tomaiva atmaraiva tomaivevam. So, Atma Buddhya Tomaivevam, which means from the physical standpoint, O Lord, you are the master, I am your slave or your servant. Tell me anything you want accomplished, I will do it. And then from the astral aspect, mind, body, intellect, and senses aspect, you are the sun, I am your ray, which means if the sun doesn't exist, the ray doesn't exist also. So this is how his very being is permeated in Lord Rama. And then from the soul perspective, Atma Buddhya Tvamaiva, which means he says, I and you are the same at the spirit level, which means I am you, you are me, which is the concept of Brahman. So this is how intelligent and devoted Lord Hanumanji was, and what a profound answer he gave to Lord Rama's question. Therefore, we should also live in this world like Lord Hanuman. While we are praying, we should be in the physical body, we should be praying like a servant of God, helping his creation, doing selfless service, those kind of things. And when we are within our mind and senses, we need to permeate God's presence within those thoughts so we can think pure, act pure, love pure. Those kind of things we need to bring divinity in our thoughts, actions, and deeds. So then finally, from the consciousness perspective, which is Atma, Atma is nothing but Paramatma. It's a same content of God energy within us, which is why Hanumanji said at that level there is no difference. So Hanuman said, O Rama, may I enjoy ever increasing devotion to your lotus feet. I seek no other boon. So Hanumanji was extremely brilliant by asking that may I receive your bhakti, your devotion. That is the highest thing you can ever ask. Most people ask for material things or palaces or power, name, fame, but all of those are transient. When we expire, none of these things can accomplish us on our eventual journey. So that is the essential teaching. Always ask for devotion and bhakti, because once you have that, you have the highest. You are connected with divinity itself. May it be so, said Lord Rama. And then Sita gave her blessing, saying, O Hanuman, may you be endowed with all the major and minor psychic powers. Death will dare not approach you. That's why he is a Chiranjeevi, everlasting. They say wherever there is any satsang, especially Ramayan, there is an empty seat kept for Lord Hanuman with the reverence that he will come and occupy that space. And that is what the devotees do even today. As long as the world exists and devotees sing to Rama, so long will you roam happily listening to the glorious stories of Rama. You will be the beacon light of devotion. Though abiding on this earth, you will be ever in communication with Rama. Hearing this, Hanumanji was intensely delighted, for he had attained the highest gift of all. So that is the glory of Lord Hanuman. His wisdom, his intellect, his strength, his devotion are all to be followed, to be emulated. It's a beautiful example for each of us. So with this we conclude today's satsanga, and we will cover the mystical meanings of this beautiful episode in tomorrow's satsanga. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.